We're playing some Savage Worlds, some space adventure stuff with everyone tonight. So we're gonna start off with just some introductions for the characters, and then we're gonna jump into a brief recap of last session and maybe a little bit before that if we feel it's necessary. And but once again, thank you everyone for joining us. Remember, you can help us out by using your chat points. You can also join our Discord. I'll drop links to both of those things in the chat. But let's go ahead and jump. Let's go ahead and jump straight into introductions for the characters. So why don't we start with all the way on the far right hand side? We'll start with Brandon. Why don't you tell us who you're playing today, buddy?
Hey everybody, I'm playing Clint Burl. He is a pilot and has a few men that follow him, and he's gotten dragged aboard the ship to help out. He's comes from Vacanian space where he worked as a shipbreaker in pretty horrific conditions, and we're still learning about all the fun stuff that he had to deal with. So
very cool, very cool, and that's yeah. So Clint Burl's our latest addition to the team, and so thank you, Brandon, for joining us to the group, and so I'll throw it over to Cliff next. Cliff joins us from Quest and Cliffhangers, his Twitch channel. You can find him on Thursday nights. I hope you can hear us over the screaming kids down below.
No, you're good. You can barely hear him.
Oh, really? Good.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm surprised. Okay, so yeah, Quest and Cliffhangers he plays on Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll drop a link in chat. Cliff, tell him about who you're playing today.
Yep, so I'll be playing Aston Courtney, who is the son of a businessman, kind of had a privileged life, good with a gun, good with words, bad with temper, and he kind of sort of has an alien entity in his brain, which is giving him a dual personality. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff now. His character got a lot more interesting the last few sessions. And and the temper thing, I feel like you've been playing that up more, especially in the last couple of sessions. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, definitely since Levi's death, especially, he's been far more sharp.
You cut out. I don't know why. Did I lose Cliff for some reason? Y'all hearing him?
I mean, I don't hear him. So
yeah, we lost you, Cliff.
How weird. So Discord just muted me.
Well, you're back now.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, he has gotten a lot more vengeful since Levi's death. And I'm definitely playing up on that. And he has some things in the back of his mind that he wants to do still too.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I know he's interested in a little revenge related to that. And so the last player we've got with us tonight, as you can see on the screen, that Matt won't be joining us with Arthur Hakel. So we've only got one player left to go through introductions with. So Shaun, tell us who you're playing.
So I am playing Spencer Witt. He originally came to the crew as a stowaway. Was quickly found out because he wasn't real good at hiding on the ship. But he's trying to make himself useful using his psychic powers to aid the crew. He is on the run from the Tanu Klaba, as I like to call the Space Mafia, who he used to work for. They were using him for his psychic abilities when he was a teenager. So he's recently turned, I think, 16. So he's starting to shed his sort of teenage demeanor and becoming a young adult.
Yeah, his youthly shackles are getting taken away from him, and he's becoming a man now.
Yeah, he's growing up. but
Right.
really just wants to make up for all the past misdeeds as part of the Tanning Claw. That way.
Very cool. Very cool. And yeah, and last session was probably big for him. He got to drink openly in the big in the
Mhm.
Wave, which is a casino in the Shiv. So and no one carded him. Of course, it was because
Gambling.
this is the
It was
kind of joint.
gambling.
Yeah, and this is the kind of joint though where they don't give a shit about carding. So
If you
and
can see, serve you.
and this last session we kind of left with right at where Cliff was going to ask was just asked Wallace, the shopkeeper, to give him more information about the gangers. Correct? From last session about the gangers here, who who he's hoping to get your help dealing with because they're stealing his shipments as they arrive. And so, well, actually, we didn't do our introduction. We'll do sorry, not our introduction. Our recap, real quick. Recap. We'll keep it short and sweet, though. So you guys, at the end of you guys came here to find a body, a clone body for Devin, and you believe you found a good source for that, and you have now the money in hand to, you have the money in hand now. You believe to pay Eric McMillan. Sorry, you've to pay the Wraith, and so Eric McMillan, he's just a finder, right? He's just a fixer, and so once you get the meet scheduled, once the meet is like set up and all that kind of stuff, you can pay them. But once that's underway, hopefully that'll all work out. And you guys were just leaving the Wave when you met a shopkeeper. And the shopkeeper was getting drug out of his shop by the Blades. The Blades are these essentially like enforcers for the mayor of the Shiv, right? And when I say enforcers, they're like armed to the gills in high-tech gear, electro whips, riot staffs, like heavy-duty equipment. And Brandon's character, Clint and Burl, and I believe Aston was pretty outspoken, but both of you had different intentions, I believe, when this interaction first began, and both of you kind of got involved in the end. So the goal was, I think, was to kind of help the guy out, right? And so it essentially turned into like, let's pay this guy's debt, because the situation is that he was getting evicted rather aggressively, and so you guys kind of paid some of his debt to buy him some time. And long story short, he was getting evicted because he couldn't pay his debts, but that was due to the fact that all his good materials and all his good supplies keeps getting stolen by this gang in the lower decks. And so in exchange for him supplying you with a lot of things that you want, they're just sitting on his shelf, right? Just collecting dust, very valuable things, I might add, that he'll just kind of just trade you even for, if you guys just solve his ganger problem.
And a bottle of aspirin.
And a bottle of aspirin. That's right. Maybe aspirin is still a thing in space. We're just gonna say it is. And since and also there was the issue with Dracotech, but we'll kind of roll over that, and you guys can decide how much y'all want to take on that challenge, or whether we want to recap that or not. But since this particular scene is about that, we'll just kind of go with that for the recap. But anyway, so we're picking up right at where you asked him more information about the gangers. And so Wallace says they're called the Kamikaze Crew. And look, don't think too much into that name. It's just they started as Saisonese, and they're not many of them left are Sazonese, but that's how they started, and the name stuck. But anyways, but most of them are exiled from Sazon colonies. They couldn't live under the rule and, well, some of them had Yakuza connections, but they don't really work within the rules of the Yakuza. So they found homes elsewhere. And all I know is they stay in the lower decks. And as far as the shiv goes, I mean, they're a pretty small gang. And that's why they hustle small shops like mine.
So, Wallace, do they just shake down shops, or are they into anything else? I mean, kidnappings, other types of territorial stuff, anything that you know of?
I know they stay in the cesium fuel lower decks where it's processed, but I don't know like if they've ever done kidnapping type work, but I know that that's where their usually territory is. And it's just only because that's near near some of the shipping docks, shipping bays.
Okay.
He says the leader is, there's only like 4 or 5 original Sazonese exiles left in the gang. You guys can attempt to make common knowledge rolls to see if you know anything about Sazonese or Sazon or anything like that if you want to. You can also check the library entry on Sazon if you want to.
So I believe I speak Sazonese.
Yes, you do.
I do. So I should hopefully have a little knowledge there.
I'll give you a +1 on common knowledge.
Sure.
I'm assuming you learned it mostly for shipping benefits. Yeah. Okay. So Sazon is it's kind of this offshoot of Japanese culture, essentially just thrown out into the stars in like the 28th century, basically. But obviously there's like more growth from that, of course, and they've had to let in more foreign cultures, but it's still probably the most homogenous society that exists, probably in the Claim the Stars universe, right? And the fact that there's even 5 or 6 members that are almost pure Sazonese is very surprising. Very surprising to you. The fact that it was even originally almost an entire Sazonese gang is completely surprising to you. You've been to Sazonese colonies, and there is a massive amount of foreigner population, but they're usually treated as separate than non-Sazonese. They're not necessarily treated badly, but they're treated differently, if that makes any sense.
And what is their main business here on the Shiv?
He says, unfortunately, I don't really know. He says, I know they're juicers. I know they stole my shipments.
Well, just stealing shipments seems like a unreliable source of income. That seems like it would be a secondary gig.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it kept me paying the bills, but I'm just one man. I mean,
Well,
there are
Wallace,
juicers, so maybe they do chemicals. Maybe they do drugs.
Interesting. They're doing like space speed or something. I would probably know what that is. I'm assuming, given my
You're muted, Brandon.
still,
There you
We
go.
can hear you now.
you can hear me now? Okay, that
Yep.
was weird. No, I was gonna say, Wallace, is there a back room that we can go back to and kind of talk and figure out how we're gonna handle this? Somewhere that's a little bit more privacy.
Certainly. Yeah, come on. He kind of leads you back past all his supplies and, well, I say supplies, just his junk that's collecting dust that no one's buying, you know.
Poor
And
guy.
he kind of leads you to the back room where there's pretty much like the stuff piled up all around him, and you see like a thin, cheap table, you know.
Yeah, so I figure once we get the information that we need out of Wallace, three of us can kind of just talk back here without him necessarily overhearing what we're going to do or being a source of potential leaking, whatever it is we decide and how we approach it.
After he leads us back there, just stare at him until he walks away.
And he goes back to the front and keeps working.
Bunch of children of the corn. Uh,
So, we've elected to contend with a group that calls themselves the Kamikazes. They're juicers. There's actual Saisonese members.
but you get a sweet helmet out of it, and Arthur gets a drone.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine and dandy if we walk out of this.
What if we can arrange it that we're not the ones that have to walk in there? So, Arthur's friend, if I remember right from what I heard over the comm, is staying off ship, and she has her own room. If the kamikazes were to get a contract to kidnap her and hold her for a day, then the entire Dracotech force that is waiting to take her to the ship might get involved. And then if that happens, one of the two problems solves themselves.
Or both of them solve themselves. So, how are you intending on getting them to do this? He didn't say anything about kidnapping being in their MO.
So I imagine there's two ways we can probably do it. We can see if the Eric can fix something up. It'll probably be a little more expensive that way. Or maybe Spencer down there can draft up something. I don't know, hack into their accounts, drop the job on them, see if they accept it. We'll have to front some money, but do what he can to cover our tracks. Worst case, if we did that route, we could take her and just leave a paper trail leading Dracotech to the kamikazes, but that one's a little bit more risky.
Well, do you want to reach out to... Oh, shit, how should we do this? You could always reach out to Eric and see if there's any way that he knows that they would take this sort of a job. I guess that'd be the first step we should do. Me and him already have such good rapport, I could always give him another call, I guess.
I mean, he knows you. He didn't talk to us, so I think that'd be up to you to do the talking if that's the route we want to go. Uh-oh.
No, Shaun.
Here goes our hacker. Excuse me. So, like I said, that it's a couple options where we can pit the two forces that are both on the docket to kill, I guess, against each other. Might be a little safer than walking straight into their lair and opening fire.
Agreed. Well,
Is Arthur going to be okay with us using his friend as a...
Technically, remember, he's sitting there. So, I mean,
Yeah.
unless
Well,
y'all
he
convinced him to go up
also-
front to talk to the shopkeeper. We'll say that, yeah, he's up front talking to the shopkeeper.
Well, I mean, we would of course put in the contract that she be treated with dignity and it only has to be held for 1 day, or something like that. Otherwise, they lose part of their payment. Like it's, I don't want her hurt.
oh, I don't give a fuck about that. What would be a good cover story, though, of why you would need someone kidnapped for a day and not hurt?
It's a power move.
Well,
They got something they want to do. We want to delay it by a day, and they probably won't leave without her.
I'm gonna pull out the comms to try to figure out Eric's contact number again and reach out to him while I'm standing there with everybody.
Okay.
I mean, as far as the computer parts of it goes, I mean, Spencer, is that something you think you can handle, or your thoughts on this?
Well, I can, try it. I mean, my first impression with these criminal types, these are the kind of people that are going to want to kidnap a Dracotech employee and therefore suffer the wrath. Because I think there's going to be one or two things that could potentially happen. Dracotech may just leave. They may think she's AWOL. So,
Well, we would
gotta have these guys send them a note somehow, ransoming
well,
her.
somebody would send a note, not necessarily those guys.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess it just some places just pay ransoms, get their people back. Some places will send people over there to kill them. It's been a while since I've been involved in a ransom. So, they always tend to go poorly.
You are such a fascinating little child.
I'm not batting 1,000 when it comes to ransoms and hostage situations. I am going to be honest.
I mean, I think technically we do want them to shoot each other up, so your failures are our success.
Yes. So, it's a big question for Arthur, his friend. So,
Well, we don't gotta even. We don't have to let Arthur know that this is happening. This is a shady establishment. If something were to happen where someone got kidnapped and it just so happened to be the person that he knew, no one could foresee that.
And we'll go rescue her. We'll be the heroes.
Yeah, so the thing with kidnap victims, they're normally your only leverage. So if Dracotech busts in there, normally that. Have you guys never seen like any action movie? With the gun person.
We are relying on that trope.
Yes.
Okay.
We want this to go sideways because if it goes sideways, then one group is out of the picture, and the other group is sure to lose some numbers. And I'll do my best not to cry over it.
Like, I don't like using the third party for this. It's not necessarily fair to her, but she did seem like she was pumping Arthur for a bunch of information, and there's something fishy going on with that whole thing. So I don't know if that's putting Arthur into danger. But regardless of all that, I want to help this guy. I want to help reduce the criminal element here, and the compensation seems more than fair. But I don't really want to get shot for it. So if I can have the Dracotech people that Cliff is, or Anton, I'm sorry, I've forgotten the name.
Really?
I
Aston.
know, Aston. Sorry. Um, so if the Dracotech people that Aston is intent on blowing up happen to get shot instead by somebody else that's not shooting at me, then it just seems like a win all around.
To be
Because
fair, blowing them up was a
we were just
secondary
talking
idea.
about going to their ship and sabotaging it. So, I mean, do you want to walk into a gang's den, shoot them, walk onto a Dracotech shoot, sabotage that, and hope everything goes right, or just have them pick each other off?
And don't forget, you guys do have a armor bot that is like essentially walking heavy armor.
Like, do we? I mean, outside of just the revenge angle, do we really, really, really want to bother with these Dracotech guys? Because they're just low level. They don't even know what's going on.
They're going to
their orders are
repair
just
a
That's the
dreadnought.
thing.
They may be low level, but if they're going to repair a dreadnought, they're important. Which means that they are going to get a massive invasion ship ready to go. Essentially a city that can flow through space. And if Arthur's plan works, we could potentially take the dreadnought out too.
So ambitious.
Right?
Oh, it's up to you, Spencer. You want to
So,
go in guns blazing, or have other people go in guns blazing?
what's the plan for our clone body? Because that's really why I'm here. I don't want to get chased off this thing or killed or any of that before we get a body.
Well, we're still waiting to hear from the Wraiths. So once that comes through, we'll know what the next move is there. But until we hear from them, we're sitting on our thumbs. So we might as well prevent idle hands.
Keep in mind, in game time, it's only been like maybe I don't know, 2 hours.
I just figured if we're going to do this, then the mechanic is staying in that room overnight, so there's a limited time to get it together and going.
Yep.
But, I mean, while we're talking about this, maybe, Spencer, are you able to access some of the ship systems, the news articles or whatever, kind of pin down their territory, maybe pull some schematics of what their territory is, and we can see if there's anything looks like a weak spot. And if you're looking for an alternative to,
Yeah, I can always try something.
I mean, unless you don't think that your skills are up to snuff.
I'm not very good at hacking. I can try. So,
Okay, so be clear with me
takes
what you're
another
going to try.
so what do I need to just plug into the ship and just see if there's any reports or communications or I really doubt this is the kind of place that has a local newspaper. So
You're going to plug into the Shiv. Okay, you're going to connect to the Shiv's network, and you're wanting to get what information from it?
basically anything I can about the kamikaze crew. Find out where they hang out. Some of this we already know, but just
That won't require
further.
hacking. That's probably just like Well, yeah, if you're just looking on like just like BBS boards, essentially, like forum talks, like essentially the equivalent of like 4chan, right? If you're just like chatting up people, I mean, pretty much that's gonna be like a research skill, right? On like hitting Reddit and being like, the local gangs in the area, what are like, you know what I mean? That's just like the research skill, right?
Do we want their? I mean, if we can find a way to communicate with them, maybe we can feed them some disinformation. We can.
So as anything comes to,
you guys could just head down to the lower decks near the cesium fuel processing facilities if you want to do that, and just find the gangers that look like the Seasonese gangers. I mean, if you want to do that.
That doesn't seem risky.
I mean, there's tons of people around. It's not like there's, you know.
Come on, Spencer. This is your old stomping ground, isn't it? You should be right up your alley.
I can be sure I could go down.
The GM stepping in here for a second. So research is Matt's thing. You can get the same kind of information down the lower decks of the Shiv with persuasion using your streetwise edge, getting a +2 bonus. Does that make sense? To network with shady and criminal elements using your streetwise edge. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, instead of doing like electronic dead drops, yeah, you can just go down there and be a Mr. Jones and hire them to kidnap her.
Well, I mean, just to find information, right? Or do both. Just either one. Or you could literally be like a Johnson, like in Shadowrun, and be like, I want to hire the gang to kidnap a girl. Either one.
Okay. Yeah.
I will say though, just declare with me which one you're doing before you do it, and I'll take the modifier which is appropriate before you roll it.
So I guess that puts it to the group. I just let you know what we found on the computer.
Well, if you're doing so you are going the computer route,
then
that's then a research and a -2.
Well,
if your research skill, if you don't,
that's what I'm going to try first.
Yeah, then if it's research, it's -2.
Yeah.
The untrained, so it's -2. So a -6 then, because it's going to be an untrained roll. It'll automatically apply the penalties.
Oof. So just roll on skill. Jesus. Okay. Yeah. Getting
you only chose to do it that way. Oh, and you're drunk.
And you're drunk.
So I mean, I knew how this was going to go. That's why I was trying to help you.
Turns out I was like plugged into an air conditioner or something. So
well, that's not the way it works. 16. You're getting on a computer and you're looking at boards and stuff. So
yeah. I just
not
didn't
hacking per se. Yeah.
Well, yes, I do want my penis enlarged.
Yeah, he starts clicking ads, and it's like, I said in chat, but I don't know if you noticed that, but like I get keto product ads all the time. Do y'all see those now? Maybe it's because I was on the keto diet, and like fucking Google found out I was on keto diet. Now I get fucking keto ads all the time. Fuck me. So,
dude, that's
Google, man.
All I get is lawnmower stuff because I looked up a battery.
Yeah.
So everybody's trying to so I'm just getting a shit ton of spam.
And, well, I mean, you're going places, but you're not getting anything definitive, right? You're not getting anything helpful. So, because you didn't get a critical failure, you just got a failure, you know?
Yeah. So I'm just like, I didn't find anything useful. Somebody mentioned them that's it.
Went to the Kamikaze's website. They seem pretty up and up.
Like, they'll do anything apparently for money. I mean, and they never quit, never surrender. So
$20. $20. All right, so should we take a field trip then?
Looks like we're gonna have to.
Can we sober you up?
Do my best work drunk. I gotta be honest.
I'm sold.
Yeah. We can't waste any more time, guys. Like, we're going. Besides, if
I forgot to do
know how
that
deal
bit
with
I
these
was going to do with you. I forgot to do that bit. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, but honestly, this is how all criminal stuff happens. You got to drink with them. That's how you seal deals.
As he turns,
Oh,
as y'all
how
turn
that
to get up, I guess, to go down to the lower levels, you see that he has another, like he has a brown bag and another bottle in his coat.
What?
Spencer.
Wasn't I buying you coffee before we left the casino?
No, the guy sold me a bottle because I kept drinking, and he's like, "You want to buy the bottle?" I didn't know you could do that, so I just bought the bottle.
Yeah, you should never do that.
No, he said it was a traveler. He said you could just take it with you. It was only
You
like
know how
$300.
much more you spent on
so-
that than you would have if you just went to the store.
Well,
Never
no, he
mind.
said it was.
Never mind.
I
It's
mean,
fine.
you
Do
know,
your
like I'm sure there's a markup, but it's. I mean, I don't have anything else to spend money on because this guy doesn't have swim trunks. So, fuck it, you know. But yeah, let's go do crime. One thing I did find out, there are a lot of hookers down there.
What sites were you on?
That's why he didn't get any information. He got sidetracked.
Shiv Reddit. Like I told you, there's an awful lot of just job postings, if that makes
look-
any sense.
Look at Clint, like, you know we're on our own, right?
Yeah. Well, you seem like you like to talk, so have fun.
So I'm on my own. Cool. Okay.
Okay, so you guys get down to the lower levels. And so the lower levels, unfortunately, don't look that much different than the upper levels. Because everything looks like you're inside a ship, right? More than a space station. The roofs, the ceiling is all tight and close to your head. Like if someone was exceptionally tall, they'd have to duck throughout this entire facility. Everything looks like you're all kind of cramped in, and so you. But one of the things that does seem of interesting, or at least of note, is that the lower levels seems like everything's kind of geared towards at least industry or at least business because of its connection to the spaceports and the umbilicals and where the ships dock, right? But then once you pass on, because Wallace probably gave you instructions, right, to where to get to where the gangers are, because they're not usually near where the proper business kind of goes on, right? They're near where like a lot of the smaller ships usually have to dock, right? Not where the larger ships usually dock and proper business is conducted. And you get to where the sections of the ship the quality like really start to fade. They were never great, but they really start to fade. Like where the wall is like turned this color, where like you can see the obvious like rush setting in from like the filtration system, air filtration system has like just gone completely to shit, and the wall is just like turned this brown color, or where you can clearly see that whole sections of the ship are literally like separating slowly over like decades, like gaps forming, and you could feel your feet like making the passageways bounce. Yeah,
I feel safe.
yeah, totally safe. And so, but you guys make your way down past the umbilical sections, and you eventually kind of get to where a lot of the industry and that kind of stuff happens. And you take a lift up into that area, and you're near where the processing facilities are and that kind of stuff like that. And so you, Spencer, you kind of know in this area, this is probably where you can start asking questions, right, about what's going on, or like who to talk to about the gangers and that kind of stuff, because you start recognizing the kind of people who are here, right? The people who are like they're wearing mixed matched clothes, probably people who just live off the streets because they can't afford to live in proper housing because they take their basic and they use their basic pay to buy drugs, right? Or they trade it for drugs or something like that, right? That kind of thing like that. And so looks like there's just the passageways are just packed full of people who just sleep on the ground. And there's people who are just wearing mixed match clothes, and you can see cyberware occasionally just exposed. It looks like it's probably just like secondhand or even probably third-hand cyberware installation. And you're thinking most of it that's even installed is probably not installed because it was desired. It's probably installed through necessity. Like someone sliced your ear off, or someone took your arm because of like you didn't pay your debts type situation. And that kind of thing like that. And so you're literally having to squeeze through the halls because there's just people all around you guys. So this is the kind of place where you get to ask questions, right? And maybe figure out where the gangers are. So
Charming place you took us to, Spencer. Thanks.
Well, gotta find these guys. And apparently this is where they hang out.
And this is the type of people you used to run with?
No. Those guys were, I don't know, they didn't sleep on the street. They were a little bit more organized. But anyway, you got us into this, so.
Technically, Clint got us into this, but I'm not pointing fingers.
Remember, point one at me, 3 more point back at you. Yeah, but we're here now, so.
So is Arthur with you guys, or did you guys convince him to stay back to the ship because you didn't want him to know what you were going to be up to related to Jules, or is he just with you guys and you're going to somehow try to keep him in the dark, or are y'all just going to be honest with him about what you're going to do? Like, what's happening with him?
It's probably important that he takes a look over the ship while it's getting fixed, right?
Okay. Okay.
I don't know what the other two are thinking.
That's a good reason for him to go back. Sure.
I mean, honesty is always good, but he's not really here to defend his points. So.
So I'm going to be down here looking, basically trying to use my streetwise, trying to ID somebody who looks like they're either a dealer.
Hold on a second. Sorry, my kid's yelling. Hold on.
Ooh, they in trouble. Look at that face.
Sorry, my kid was needing something.
You upset the dog.
Like a dog moved. Yeah. Sorry, you're down here, Shaun, using your Spencer's using his persuasion with Streetwise to do what now?
Yeah, just locate probably somebody who knows what's going on down here. Like I'm pretty sure most of these people, they know what's going on, but probably looking for somebody who maybe a little bit higher up on the totem pole willing to talk. Maybe a dealer. If there's somebody that works at a bar, somebody who is like the middle of a social deal, so to speak.
Okay.
Just don't want to, turn over the first hobo that's on the floor.
Right. Okay, so you're going to be selective in who you try to speak to. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, make a persuasion roll, and then add your Streetwise bonus.
I'll assist.
You're going to assist him? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna
Oh,
stand and stare.
I get to make 2 persuasion rolls.
Yes,
I'll
you
do
do.
the 6.
This can be super bad. Perfection. Nailed it.
With the raise, look at you.
We're friends for life now, whoever I'm talking to.
Oh, once you start talking, that'll end. Don't worry.
Would it be like the best man at his wedding? It's a whole thing now. That's what you get with a raise.
I have never done this before. I don't normally use these, but I want to see you guys curious. Okay, now. I was curious. Normally I decide in advance how an NPC is going to respond, but since I'm thrown for a loop, I'd try it this time. Well, you got a good roll, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got a raise, even while drunk. Okay. Wow, and despite the -2 for the scar. Wow. Okay.
It's pretty wonderful.
Streetwise,
Yeah.
Streetwise fought back against you there. Okay, fought back in your favor there, actually. So, okay, so you got a +1 for Aston, so, and then you also got a raise, so that helped you out there. It's a total of 10. Okay, so you find someone that you eyeball, right? That looks like they're definitely probably in charge of something. You're thinking probably like a maybe like a bookie, or maybe like a fighter or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a larger fellow, and you catch the slight hint of maybe some Saisonese heritage in him, or something like that, maybe. Not full blooded, and so that's what kind of drew your attention to him, right? And so you kind of approach him, and he turns and looks at you, and at first he kind of looked at you and saw how young you were. But then he saw all the other people with you that were behind you, almost like a pecking order. And he kind of nodded at you as you approach. He doesn't say anything. And he says that after a second, though, of seeing that, Aston's got your back. And so how do you introduce yourself?
Just basically walk up to him and say, hey, you got a sec? I thought I'd ask a couple questions.
He says, I don't have much time to spare, but I guess I got a little. What do you got?
Well, maybe we can make it worth your while. Looking for the kamikaze crew.
I know who they are.
Wouldn't happen to know where they where they might be found.
I do. I do know where to find them. Why do you want them?
I want to see if they're interested in the job.
Okay. All right. Well, I know their leader. I know what kind of work he likes to do.
And what work is that?
Let's just say he. Thanks for joining us, Angry Mob TV. Good to see you, buddy. Let's just say his gang has taken some hits in recent months, so they don't have a lot of ability to take a lot of risk lately. So they don't they don't play it too risky lately. So they don't take the too difficult jobs despite their name. So, but he's still got danger in his blood though.
Did he run into some trouble with some guys or something? I mean, this job, it's probably going to be at least a few guys. I got to know, how many does he have?
Well, question is talents. Question is talents, and offer him plenty of money, and you'll probably get what you want out of him. So that's the best way to get results from him.
That seems to be the way it works in every system, isn't it? You pay somebody enough, they'll do anything.
Yeah, but he in particular. Question is talents. He will. It will get him riled up. But look, yeah, you can find him on. You can find him on deck 1. You can find him about 300 meters that way. He says it's about 4 blocks away, and you're going to be about. If you get down to the processing facility, the cesium processing facility, you've gone too far.
Okay. Many, it's more out of interest than anything, because I need to know that this guy has more than just more than him and a couple buddies. How many guys does he have? Because if things go south, I need to ensure that they can step up if I can meet their price. Are we talking here like 10 guys, 15, 50?
Oh no! When they were at their prime, they had about 30. He lost a lot of his Saisonese team members. That's what's kind of filled him with shame. No, he's got about 16 guys. Well, including himself. So.
Okay. Well, thanks for the help. I slide him whatever the acceptable amount of money is for this sort of transaction. Or whatever.
Yeah, make a wealth roll.
Okay.
No modifier. Yeah, you take a hit to your wealth die, but you can pay him.
How much money are you giving this dude?
Unless you want to spend one of those raises the party has from the raise pool.
Isn't there a minimum amount that you don't have to actually roll for?
You can pay him the minimum. You can pay him below the minimum line.
The dude you met on the street, just fucking give him whatever it is.
You might get looks from him.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, if I want to burn this guy.
Well, I'm not against using the raise on that.
Point in savings.
Well, here's the thing. It's not necessarily a bad idea to use the raise, or I'm not sure if this is something that can this be bennied?
You can Benny it. Yes, you can Benny
Okay.
it.
Um,
So
I am willing to reach over and give you a little hand, and you can use one of my bennies if you want. But
look at that. Boffin just gave
if
us
we
another
come
raise.
across,
Boffin just gave
if
us
we
another raise.
nice.
Thank
Well,
you,
here's
Boffin.
the
Use
thing:
that.
if we come across as big money, big spenders, big tipper type things, he says he knows the leader, so it's more likely to get back to the other guy. So I would say, at a minimum, use a raise.
Let's use it. The raise.
Boffin said that raise went to you, so he's saying it's to you. So he wants you to. He said tired of hearing the big debate, so he said just go ahead and use it. Go ahead and use it.
Yeah, we're gonna use it.
In other words, you're overthinking it.
Do you have to click anything in order to use it?
No.
Right.
So he just effectively slides him a mortgage payment or something.
It's not that much. It's like 500 credits.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Shit, you might as well bump it up to like 999 credits then. Isn't that the bare minimum before going to the next threshold?
Now, so you so you go find these guys, or do you want to try to get more information before you do that?
I don't know if we can afford more information. Um,
I think this guy gave us pretty good information. Like,
We got 3 more raises. We could afford whatever.
yeah. I mean, what specifically do you guys think we need to know? Because doesn't seem like these guys are that far away.
The only thing that I personally can't remember is what the girl's name is. Just that she was the mechanic and that she's staying in the room.
You talking about
the,
her name is Jules Leibowitz.
Okay. Well, there you go.
What's the last name?
Leibowitz.
Okay.
So we go there, question his manhood, offer him lots of money.
So do y'all want to
Offer
skip
him
ahead to a
money.
scene where you meet them all?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's go walk 4 blocks down.
So
Yeah.
skip ahead to a scene where you're all meeting in a like a storage room essentially. You're surrounded by like containers, and you have 2 exits out, and you have a table in the middle, and across from the table is there's all of you on one side of the table, and then there's an individual by the name of Sato, and Sato Himura, and a couple of his. There's one other Saizanese, and one probably looks like he's probably a mix of probably like Hindi and Russian, which I wouldn't even know how to describe that individual, but that's what probably looks like. And this Hindi and Russian individual is kind of a larger build, and these Saizanese individuals, I mean, they look pretty much in modern standards. They basically look like Japanese. The one off to the side is kind of large and stocky of build, and wearing body armor. And before you is Sato, like standing, but with a chair at his side. And he has 4 chairs beside him, and he's offering all of you to all sit at the 4 chairs. And he is about to spit as well, but he's offering you the chance to sit first.
I'll nod to him, and in Saizanese say thank you for seeing us, and then I'll sit down.
And he also bows and then also sits. So, And since you responded in Sazanese, he also responds in Sazanese, and he says, I'm told that you would like to conduct business with me.
That is correct. We've heard from a few sources that you have good quality men and should be able to take care of a job for us pretty much with ease.
What is this job you'd like to be completed?
Well, we're looking to make a point with the group that's here. And what we'd like to do is, for lack of better terminology, hold one of their members hostage. Just for a day, maybe two. Nothing has to happen to them. You just basically have to keep them isolated from everybody else while we conduct a secondary business with them, if you will. And they will be, you guys will be securing our bargaining chips.
And these individuals, what are their affiliations?
They are low-level Dracotech mechanics. But what their plans are is to go repair a large dreadnought. And if we can hold that off, we have power over them that we otherwise would not have.
Why are you concerned over a Dracotech dreadnought?
Well, we have a long, colorful history with Dracotech. And as I'm sure you can appreciate, they have taken someone from me that I care about. And if the stories of what I've heard of you are true, you should definitely understand what it's like to lose one of your own. And similarly, you should understand what you would want to go through or what you would put yourself through to honor that fallen person.
Kind of leans back in the chair, where his back is up straight instead of forward. Crosses his arms somewhat defensively, almost like he's played his hand too much. He says, "And who am I to take?"
Well, she's just a mechanic, but she's staying off-site away from the rest of the crew. So it's the perfect pawn in our little chess game.
Make a persuasion roll.
Five.
Luckily, you have that re-roll feature. That so saved you, man. Oh my goodness, that card, that edge saved you, dude. Oh my goodness.
Otherwise, we'd have just had a gunfight.
He says, think it's the first time that card is like absolutely like changed the tide of something in
Yeah,
a big
for sure.
way.
Speaking
He
of cards,
says-
I didn't even check what my adventure cards were.
He says, "This seems a suspicious scenario.
Well,
They could simply send another repair crew after this dreadnought.
they could, but the positioning of this dreadnought is far enough away that it takes time. And the longer we keep them offline, the more power we have.
Your other friends are being quiet. They not speak Sazanese.
They do not. If you want, we can conduct it in English and bring them into the loop. This is your house, though.
Looks at-
whatever you want to do.
He looks at Clint Burl. And then he says, "What is the mission?" What am
So
I
you
to
said in
do?
English?
Yes. He says, "What is the mission? What am I to do?"
You're to abduct a person, hold them for a day or two, don't hurt them, and then you get paid.
Don't hurt them.
I mean, surely that's within your capabilities, right?
Within my capabilities. So, am I incapable of restraint? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. You have to tell me. Because if you're not, then you may not be the right people for this job.
What about you, young man? You've been quiet.
Oh, I'm drunk. So it's probably.
I know you are. I can smell it over here.
Yep. Are we almost done? Because I really have to pee. These,
Apologize for
I didn't think it was going to take this long. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. Anyway, what would you like? Sliding out of the chair.
That's funny. He says, he looks back at you, Aston, and says, in Sazanese, he says, "Your friends are, well, you and your friends aren't exactly on the same page. At least on their opinions."
To be honest, my friends are a little green around the collar when it comes to violence. Me, on the other hand, I honestly don't care.
Your other friends,
wanna
it seemed to be very important to him that this person remained safe and unharmed. You did not mention that.
I don't care. That's why I didn't mention it. And I'm the one that's handling the credits, so you'll be paid regardless. I don't think anything needs to happen to her, but if it does, it does.
It does not matter to me. It does not matter to me. Tell me
Then-
the payment of the job and what is the risk level involved.
Well, risk level, if we do everything correctly, is minimal. The security that they have on this small little offshoot is very minimal. And they can't get reinforcements here within a day or two. So as long as we conduct business, have everything done within a day, low risk. As far as the payment, that's your discretion, not mine. You let me know the cost, and I let you know if we have a deal.
24 hours. One individual. Engineer. $5,000 credits. Half up front. I think it's fair.
We'll do 5,500 if you keep her safe. Let's
I
not
thought it didn't
get on
matter to
my...
you.
It doesn't, but I'm always trying to play the field if I can, and if I can make everybody happy in this situation, then why not do it?
Thought you were the leader.
I thought you were the leader.
Of
I'm
my
just a
crew,
guy.
I am.
Exactly. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy that has the credits, that has the job, and you're just the guy who lets me know if it's something that sounds like it's up his alley or not. And then after that, we shake hands, we walk away, and everybody's happy.
We have a deal. Okay, that is a wealth roll. I'm rounding down because it's closer to 2,000 credits at half. I'm rounding down for you because I'm nice. That is a wealth roll at a -3.
Okay.
And then, are we able to do our rolls to aid them?
You can assist however you want.
Okay. I would be happy to assist them with the wealth.
And since you guys are not expecting this to like go well, obviously you guys can essentially. I mean, I'm expecting you guys to kind of not pay the other half. I mean, at least you're hoping it won't go the way.
No, they're all
you
supposed to
won't
be
have
dead.
Yeah, that's the goal, right? Nice. Now, where's the fun in that?
Okay, there we go.
So Clint has used his Benny, so he's down to 3. Okay.
And that'll give me a +2.
You got a +2, and that makes you
A -3, so a -1.
okay.
Well, let's see. Let's see what kind of shit we can get into right off the rip. Oh, that'll work.
The -1, you get a success.
Yeah, we'll use one of the other raises we have. That way we don't lose a wealth die.
You guys keep using those on wealth dice. Jeez.
We know it's important.
As long as I keep doing jobs that aren't building your wealth. I mean, at least, right? Here lately, you guys keep doing jobs that are not actually raising your wealth. So,
Yeah.
Well, that could all change here shortly.
yeah.
It's been bad.
Okay, sweet. So you guys used the raise. Thank you from the chat, everyone, for giving the party the raises, which are basically just keeping the players from going poor. And so you've paid Sato Hamura and the Kamikaze crew to essentially abduct Cream Casuals. Everything around me, nice. It's such a weird acronym. I've never heard that one before, Boffin. And so essentially you've...
That's Wu-Tang Clan, man. Come on.
Oh, is that Wu-Tang Clan? Oh, nice. I don't really listen to a lot of rap. Anyway, so you've paid Saito Hermira to abduct Jules Leibowitz, and so she will... So I guess you also had to give him a time frame, right?
Yeah, it would have been tonight. Because that's when she's in the room, and they're supposed to leave in the morning. So,
like very shortly. Got it. Cool.
Yes.
Okay.
But delays on time is money.
Okay. That might have I forgot we should have mentioned that because that might have increased the price, but we'll let it slide now. So
Too late. We already shook on it.
yep, too late. We already stuck on it, right? All right.
Yeah. You guys want to drink to our newfound partnership?
Yeah, just to make you have to go to the
Oh.
restroom even more, right?
Oh fuck yeah! Where's the bathroom? You guys shouldn't
Like
drink.
2
You got work
blocks
to do.
down, there's a like a public restroom. Most people just piss in the
Are
corner.
you serious?
There's like a corner.
Corner?
There's a corner.
All right, I'm just gonna go
Wait.
piss.
No, you can hold it for a little while longer.
I bet you I can't.
Well, I bet you're gonna piss yourself then. Listen,
God
Let's
damn
not
it.
disrespect the
yeah.
person's leader here by pissing
Okay.
ourselves. front
Not
of
in the
them.
corner of this room, but like you know how like on this like you know what I mean? Like this is a bad neighborhood essentially on the space station. Like there's an
It's the
alley
alley
that people
behind the
piss in,
bar.
essentially, yeah. But except it's a space station. So like there's this one little corner that's like full of like rust, essentially. Yeah. So
Damn it. I'm like, okay, well, anyway, these guys don't speak English, so
yeah.
I'm just gonna go this.
I've been drinking water, by the
Forever.
way. I'm gonna have to get up and use the restroom in just a second too. So
So I'm just like, okay, Aston, I'm going out there. I'm gonna go pee.
you'll see
These
this
guys-
little kid run out. Yeah. Nice. Okay. So so we leave the so essentially you guys are gonna basically just be are you guys gonna go to the room 304 and find a room, or y'all gonna go back to the ship and hang out? Or what? And just wait on communication about either A, the abduction, or A or B, a body. Right?
Well, I think we had rooms at the 304, right?
If y'all
Yeah.
yeah, sure, y'all can say y'all already got rooms. Sure.
So real quick, just we're not in front of you know, guys, the our criminals. How are these guys? Are these guys sending like a ransom note to Draco Tech?
No, we just told them to hold them, I think. I imagine the
Okay.
ransom note's going to come from
Or is
you.
Draco Tech supposed to find out they need to come down here and shoot these guys?
That's where we come in with the second part of the narrative.
Why don't you guys discuss how that's gonna work out while I use the restroom? I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, GM's away. Now we get to play.
Yeah, I think the way to do it is once we know she's secured. So we get one of two ways we can do it. We can wait until they notice she's missing, or we can drop it fairly quick and see what the response is. I know most of the security is currently at that little pool party. So I don't know. It kind of depends on how y'all think it's going to play out best. I mean, it didn't sound like there's a whole lot of mechanics on that ship. It was a large security attachment and a handful of mechanics, right? So she may be very crucial for it, and they may not take off without her. If she
Right,
misses the boat.
there were 4
just have
security and 3 mechanics.
So, and I'm assuming from the way that she was talking with Arthur that she's pretty much a specialist. So it's unlikely that she's going to be easily replaced by the others.
Why don't we just have these guys leave a note in our room or something that says, "Hey"?
No, because
around.
we want the biggest bloodbath possible. And their door gets knocked down and the bullets start flying when they're not quite suspecting it. It'll be better that way.
Yeah. So what we need to do is we need to be able to find a way to anonymously, or at the very best, keep us out of it, but we need to alert the security detail after she's kidnapped. that she was and who's holding them. And then when the security detail goes and kicks down the door of the kamikazes, the problems will take care of themselves.
Oh, that's something that we can do, actually. If we're staying at the 304, Spencer can, we'll drop a little anonymous note to them that she's been taken. And when they come in to investigate, he talks to his new security buddies and tells them about the sizing people he saw.
That could work. You already have rapport with him. You could even wait until after she's dragged away for a little bit, then we show up, and then you say, hey, wasn't that Jules that was walking with those kamikaze gentlemen?
We'll probably do that.
Okay, so backtrack to how you guys are going to orchestrate this.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to show up at the party at the 304 after she's taken. Spencer is going to talk to his buddies that he rubbed elbows with at the casino and be like, hey, we saw Jules walking with these people. She didn't look like she was going willingly.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Also, we could probably escort them if we needed to. We stay back once everything starts going on.
Got it.
And make sure the job is done.
Okay. Then let's just move on to that scene then. Let's just jump onto that scene. You guys at the Actually, first let's where are you guys at waiting on communication from the kamikaze crew saying we've gotten the girl? Where you guys at 304? You guys at the ship? What? Oh, that's right. Yeah, we talked about that. You guys are at the hotel. That's right. Okay, sorry.
Well, we don't want to show up to the hotel till later, though, right?
But you guys did have a room.
We're in our rooms and we just hang out there. And
okay, that works.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys are in your rooms at the hotel. Okay. So and Aston was orchestrating the communication with Eric McMillan. So Eric reaches out to you, and you get a chime on your comm link, or whatever your comm link sound it makes when someone's calling you. When you answer it, it's Eric, and he says, "I've gotten a hold of the Wraith."
Excellent.
They'd like to beat you in the morning.
Perfect. Where?
Their ship's too big to dock, to meet in one of the docking bays. So, either you'll have to go to an umbilical, or you'll have to meet him in a landing shuttle. They're letting you choose. Whichever you're comfortable with.
Neither. Fuck it. We can meet at an umbilical, I guess. That's more. That puts them more in control of the scenario, I would assume, right?
He says, you talking to me as the GM or him?
I was talking to you as the GM.
Oh, he says either one, they're in control of the scenario, but I mean, a body has to be exchanged. And they can't exchange a body on, they really don't like exchanging bodies on, like, the shiv, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're going to have to communicate on the ship, right? So.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever just they want to do. It just sucks. Yeah. And you're on a space station as opposed to a planet, so it's not like there's a physically neutral ground. You have to meet on someone's ship.
Well, So a question with that though is, once our ship is up, can we just attach our umbilical from our ship to theirs and just do the exchange that way?
You
Or would
can
rather do the
request to do that.
station so
You
there's
can request to do that
less
if you want to do that.
risk?
They just don't know you have a ship.
So
I'm not a
whatever,
mechanic.
however you
So.
want to do it. So well, it's probably safer if you meet on the umbilical, make sure they have what you want, and then do the
Because I don't
pickup a
want to
little bit later.
these guys.
Yeah, I'm
And
completely
things
fine
go
with that.
south.
They don't typically do these kind of conversations over comm code. They discuss it over person and then figure out the delivery via person. It's just safer, So,
Yeah, that's fine. We
Yeah.
can do it that way.
yeah. So, umbilical? Okay. He says, all right, then, say 10 a.m. Standard Time tomorrow.
We'll be there.
I'll pass it along.
Thank you.
Okay, and 1.5 hours later, you get a call from Sato saying that she's been abducted. We'll just say it's a text message saying it's done.
Delete.
Oh, we didn't hear anything either. Smooth.
Yep.
All right.
All right. So the job has been done. Now, phase 2 of this, Spencer. Have yourself another drink and then go
Don't
out
forget
there
your
and
script.
run your mouth.
Oh, Jesus. Ugh. Spencer is not real thrilled about this because, he doesn't hate these guys, but the other thing is acting is not really his thing.
So, in character, how do we see that Spencer's not thrilled about it?
I'm just like, I'm just sitting there. I'm like, you guys are really throwing me the wolves. I've got to sell this thing. Like, what am I going to tell them?
This is the
Some big
easiest
guys.
sale you'll ever have to do. All you have to do is breadcrumbs. Hey, was that the lady that you were with that I saw walking with those gangers? That's all the selling you have to do. As soon as they think something's wrong, they're going to jump up to check on her. She's going to be missing. That's it.
Okay.
We'll have your Tony
Throw me.
Award waiting for you.
And if something happens and they ask why you care, just remember that she might be Arthur's new girlfriend.
Okay.
And
All
they
right.
did stop you from cock blocking. So
Hmm. Yeah. Okay.
So, we'll jump ahead
We are
to the
leaving.
scene where you are outside their door, their hotel room, and you're amping yourself up to go inside. Is it just you, or are Aston and Clint with you?
I wasn't invited.
I'll say it's just me. Yeah.
Okay. And you hear shouting and partying inside. This is the party that you got invited to go to.
Oh, okay. Got my bottle with me.
Oh, have you already
I'm
been
just
hitting it?
knocking on the door. I'm like,
Have you been hitting it already?
oh yeah.
Okay, make a vigor roll.
Heck, he told me to. Aston told me to.
Okay, make a vigor roll.
Okay, so Glenn Aston.
Okay, you made it. You're not intoxicated. You're not hammered yet.
Okay, good. Pacing myself. Okay, so yeah, I'm just knocking on the door.
You're gonna have to knock louder. They don't hear it at first.
Okay.
Okay, so you start beating on the door, and then the
Yeah.
hotel room beside theirs opens with a swoosh,
Okay.
and the person beside them looks in at you and glares at you with this look. And their hotel room finally swooshes open. And they look over at him and say, "Shut up! Go inside!" And they look at you and say,
Yeah.
"Spencer! You're late, but you're here. Come on." And they just pull you inside.
No, I know. Okay. And so, like, I just kind of like look around. What's going on, man?
"Hey, guys, he wasn't here, but he already started partying. Look." And they point at your bottle.
I'm like, yeah, the bartender where we were at, he gave it to me. It was,
He paid too much for casino alcohol. Look, jeez, what an idiot. All right, whatever. Come on, drink with us. And you can tell they're just kind of like partying. You see girls there. You see they're not the technique, like most of pretty much everybody that was there except for one guy that was at the casino and Jules are not there.
yeah. I'm like, oh, so I like drink whatever they have, like drink their stuff. So I'm like, uh, so just chat real quick, just ask them what they've been up to, and then I'm just like, hey, real quick, buddy Arthur, I think he likes that Jules girl.
Yeah, Jules. She was here, but she didn't get to stay long, man. She had to go for she said she had to go to bed. She had to get up early for she had to do an early morning inspection for the ship. Yeah, so she had to go back. Oh man, I felt that one. It stayed down though. Oh. Anyways, no, she had to do the ship inspection early in the morning. So her and Malcolm. Yeah. So
I just saw her walking down the hall with like three burly looking dudes. I was kind of wondering because they look like security or something. I thought she might have gotten like way too drunk or something and got tossed out of the hotel. I didn't I mean, she didn't look like she was going willingly. I figured it was just security or
were
something.
they wearing Draco Tech uniforms? Like this
No,
one?
they weren't wearing. No. I like kind of give them a description of what those guys would probably be wearing. Like, I thought your party got out of control. I guess not.
He goes, "What? It doesn't make any sense. She was supposed to be in bed. Are you sure it was Jules? I mean, you're pretty drunk, man. Make a persuasion
No.
roll. You get a +4 bonus, though."
Okay. Let's see. Get a -2 for. Okay.
Okay. He says, and what do you say?
I'm just like, I mean, I've been pacing myself, man, and I'm like, I know what she looks like. I was paying specific attention to her because Arthur likes.
Oh, okay, yeah. So,
I was like,
yeah.
her room. Her room is that one. That's the one she came out.
You keep saying Arthur. Who is this Arthur guy? Was that young guy with you? What were we talking about?
Jules.
Oh shit, someone took her. Let's go, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Stand up.
And they all just start like grabbing their weapons. and start like hauling ass to the door. So you see a bunch of
Okay.
armed
Just
like techs, and we've all been around super drunk people before. We know how they can be. Like they can lose a thought and like immediately regain it like that. And
yeah,
and so
yeah.
and so he's grabbing weapons. So now we have armed, really drunk people as the security guys because they're security, and they have like pistols and shit. So yeah, they're armed with weapons, and so they're all like going out the door, and
Right.
he's pulling you out with him, right? And he's
Oh,
like, okay, look, you got to tell me where were they going? And so he's dragging you out of room 304, out through the lobby, and he says, okay, after they
shit.
left room 304, where were they going?
Like all I saw was they went that way.
What do they look like?
I tell him exactly what they look like.
Okay, all right. So they don't look. Okay, so there's no security on the shiv that look like that. They aren't. He's saying this as he's walking out of room 304, and he's dragging you along unless you're stopping you. He's saying, okay, there's no security on room 304 that look like that. The blades don't look like that. They must be getting. She must be getting kidnapped. Wait, was Malcolm with her, or was it just her?
Malcolm, one of the guys.
Well, it was her and him that we're gonna have to stay.
No,
We're gonna have to do early morning checklist.
I didn't see Malcolm. Anybody in a Draco Tech uniform.
Okay, so now we see this this group of four like Draco Tech security guys, like big burly stocky security guys, basically like equipped with security pistols and like stun batons and like weapons, like just rushing down through the halls of the Shiv, like ready to find people, to hurt people.
How big is this hotel?
I mean it's pretty good size. I mean it's hard to describe what this hotel looks like because it's on a spaceship, right? But yeah, it's got multiple levels. It's connected by a lift. So, but yeah, so if you were on the same floor as them, you would have heard everything. But I don't think you guys would have been on the same floor because you didn't know when you checked in what floor they were on. So,
Okay.
but yeah, but Spencer could at any point go like, I'm in trouble, I'm getting drugged by those guys. If he wanted to on his comm link to you guys. And so now he's like in the middle of the space station, like looking around everywhere for his friend.
Shit, I can't go with these guys. I'm like, I don't know, man. They just took off that way. Like, I did see with the security guys, the blades. Like, I don't think that it was those guys. Did she get in trouble with like? Did she? I don't know. Does she owe somebody money or something?
If so, you were kind of cutting out there, Shaun. Did you say it was the blades?
No, no.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I think I saw those guys earlier today. It wasn't them.
Oh, okay.
She owe somebody money?
He says, no, I don't think anybody on this place. I mean, we just got here. So, thanks, Robin, for the raid. Appreciate it. thank you for joining us from Rob and Stream. We're doing a Climb the Stars, our Savage World space game. Right now, we've got a 16-year-old getting drugged by the Draco Tech security team through the halls to track down kidnappers. So it's pretty crazy. He says, "No, man, she shouldn't know any money here. She's only been to the Shiv a couple times. This is crazy." And at this point, I don't know if he would keep dragging you along because you've given him every bit of information. But what he does say, he says, "Yo, kid, do you want to shoot some people?" And he puts a pistol in, like he's gonna throw it in your hand. He like pushes it to your chest.
I'm like, I'm okay, man. I've never even used one of these, and I like hold it by the barrel. Just like start crying. I'm like, I don't know.
You start crying. Okay, make a persuasion roll. You pushed a little far on the deception.
God damn it.
I was gonna let you go with holding it by the barrel without a perception roll, but if you start crying and start that's pushing it on the persuasion, on the deception.
Just tears and everything.
Yeah, that's pushing it.
Okay. No modifiers.
No modifiers. Well, yeah. I'll give you modifier bonuses, actually, +2. They're drunk.
How much?
+2.
Glad you cut out +2.
Yeah, +2. They've sobered up a little bit. You got them excited now.
Okay. Damn it, I'm gonna
They're like,
that.
I call. You're gonna pity it, nice.
My persuasion's like D4.
Nice. He says, I call bullshit, man. You just don't want to step up, man. You know what? Go back to your friends. We got this. I don't need you anyways.
Okay, man, that's fine.
There you go. Now you pissed him off. It's good.
All right, so you got out. You got out anyways. You got out of doing it.
Yeah.
You lost your street cred. All right, now you didn't have any. All right. Did you do any more drinking with them when you were in the hotel room?
I've got a cup of something I brought with me.
All right, make another vegan roll.
It's a pina colada. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, you're good. Okay.
Dude, I'm making you guys look like pussies. I've made 2 vigor rolls. I've been drinking all night.
Okay. Yeah. So you can go back to your...
It's not hard when you drink Zimas all night.
It's all good until you don't.
All right, so you get back to your... do you go back to your friends in the hotel?
Yeah.
Or your crew? Yeah. Okay, so you guys get back to each other, and you have a story to tell.
Yeah, so I just walk in and I'm like, anyway, so yeah, they're on their way.
Oh, do they already know who did it?
They know enough. So yeah, pretty much just where's my Academy Award?
So next question is, do we just let them go at it alone? Do we help and then clean up?
I think we do clean up.
You know, he tried to get me to go with him. Gave me a gun.
Oh.
What kind of psycho gives a 16-year-old drunk guy a gun?
The kind of psychos that we need in this scenario.
The ones that join the Marines.
Got upset with me. I wouldn't go with him.
Well, so how many were going down there?
Did I count 4?
The 4 security guys.
Yeah. 4.
So I would say if they wanted you to go with you, we could still walk it back where we go get ourselves invited and do what we can to help them clear it out. Because 7 against 16 is a lot better than 3 or 4 against 16.
Now we better just hope nobody opens their mouth.
So, I don't know. What do you think, Aston?
Well, I think we
Go
should
into
definitely
battle
go
with
play
fingers.
cleanup. As far as anything else, though, we need to remain unseen from our kamikaze friends.
So here's another thing. In order to make sure they go to the right spot, should we have Spencer draft up a anonymous electronic message and just drop it on them, saying, kamikaze ransom 50,000 or whatever?
We could do that. How close do you need to be to link with someone's mind, Spencer?
Hmm. Let me think about that. Everything's done in meters, right?
Yeah.
In this game, yards actually on the sheet.
Yards, okay.
Yeah.
So once
On
activated,
your powers, it's done in inches actually.
so I
You
guess
look at your powers entries, it's done in inches.
yeah. So it says range is smarts. So I think I have to be within smarts to
Yeah, so your
activate it.
smarts is so if it says smarts, then it's so if your smarts is D8, then you'd look at your smarts, so it'd be 8 inches, and that would be 8 times 2 in yards, because each inch is 2 yards. So 16 yards.
I gotta be pretty close. Yeah, I got to be pretty
So,
close to
about 50
activate
feet.
it.
Yeah, if that's easier for you to understand.
Yeah. I'm a simple man. So what we could do is
that.
we could get close enough that Spencer could mind link with this guy, and he could say that he felt bad about not going with them after he was given a gun. So he asked some questions, and then he could tell them exactly where they need to go to. And then this guy is getting the information directly into his head, which means that there's no paper trail.
Okay. So you guys are going to try to track down the security guards. Sorry, the security Dracotech crew. And so you guys basically thinking you're going to run out after them right now. That's the idea?
That was my suggestion. Whether they agree to it or not is debatable.
Okay.
I haven't exactly been open about my psychic abilities with these guys.
Yeah, but they're not really going to be around much longer to worry about that.
I mean, you could just drop the ideas like, oh, the description. That must be the kamikaze gang down by the Cesian fuel.
Okay. Are they wearing like specific colors or anything?
The Sazonese, yeah, we'll say they have like a gang, like coloration or something like that, a way to identify themselves. Maybe like certain kinds of tattoos or something. Probably. We'll say like they have like an LED tattoo that's like familiar to their crew, like a LED face tattoo.
Okay. 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 So I guess we can go after them.
Also, I guess one thing I didn't even ask, more lo-fi. Did Spencer ever get like any comm info from these guys when he was drinking with them at the casino?
Like a common what? Like a common
Comm info, like their
Oh,
comms.
comm info. We can say he did. Sure, I'm cool with
Because
that.
if he did that, that's way more lo-fi. You could just fucking call him and be like, "Hey, if this helps any, they all had these tattoos on their faces."
I mean, we never had that like in roleplay, but it seems like something you could spend a penny on and make a story declaration and be like, I got a comm code for Alex Carmichael. one of the security guys.
Okay. I'll spend a penny, and then I'll just be like, I'll just send him a text or something, and just be like, "Hey, man."
Alex
No.
says, "Okay, oh, you sent him a text." He says, "Yo, coward."
Did what?
He says, "Yo, coward. You gonna help now?"
Are we going to help this guy?
You just send him the information to let him know where to go. We can help afterwards.
Okay, so I'll just tell him. I'll just say, "Hey, ran into some people. They said it, or no." I was just like, "Hey, they have LED tattoos on their face. I need to drop any more hints, guys. Like, I'm sitting here typing it with you. Do I need to say like, hey, somebody at the bar said that's kamikaze?"
Tell them you felt bad about not going with them after they handed you a gun, so you went to go do some reconnaissance work, and you found out that this face tattoo that they all had was this group.
Yeah. Okay, so I tell them that. I'm like, I just put that in text.
Okay. All right. You send this really complex text. Don't forget, the people you're texting are drunk and they're pissed off. So you get thanks, pussy, lol. You get thanks, pussy, lol.
Pick.
No, they don't have time to send a dick pic.
Sitting there drunk, stumbling around, trying to take a picture of my dick.
Oh, you send him one.
Stop.
Next to Aston. I'm just
stop. No.
These guys.
Just take that turmoil and use it as fuel when we get there. And you can put a bullet in his fucking head.
You basically sent like that to Chad, who's like fucking like angry and drunk and.
Then I send a text, "I'm 16," and then just.
God, you just made it weird.
That'll create some
You just made it
on
weird.
his work phone. That way. Yeah. It's going to be weird when they look at it. The work phone, I'm sure. So anyway, yeah.
Okay.
Let's do. I'm just still drinking, just fucking pissed off.
I
God,
want him to stop drinking.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna snatch the drink out of his hand and pour it in the sink.
God damn it.
All right.
Okay.
So you grab the drink out of his hand, and so you start pouring out the sink. Nice.
Okay, listen. You use your mind to fight. We need your mind at whatever capacity it could be in, and this isn't helping.
You know, you do this shit drunk all the time.
I've been with you for how long now? Right, yeah. Don't bluff the person that knows.
Well,
Go get a fucking gun. Pussy. Lol.
All right, so how are we going to work on the timing with this? Because we got the armor bot to set up, right?
Oh, Robin's
that's
kids
gonna
were
be
already in
conspicuous.
bed before I said that comment. Now that I thought about it.
She's got the kid sitting on her lap. Like, what is it?
Earmuffs.
Yeah. What is that movie? Earmuffs movie.
Ready Crashers?
Yeah.
No.
Anyways.
They did earmuffs.
Old school.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it's old school. Oh, I'm glad, Robin.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. Fine. What are we doing?
All right. I think the better way of doing this, try to see if we can talk them into let us know when they're about to go in and tell them that we'll be there for backup. And that way it gives us a reason to be down there, but kind of away, maybe. Because we don't want to get there before they do, since obviously we know where we're going. But we don't want there to be too much of a gap for the gang to disperse after the attack.
Do we really want to commit to it, though? Because right now we have the element surprise on both of them.
I mean, even if we go in with both of them, it doesn't mean they all have to walk out. You just have one side that's not shooting at us for a while.
Well,
We don't have to do anything until after we hear the gunfire sort of die down. We just have to be that close.
Well, you gotta, presumably you're going in with the power armor, and that's kind of hard to
Okay, well, yeah, that's a different story.
keep hidden. So
I won't stand out down there.
a little bit. But if it's going in as part of the meeting up with the Draco Tech guys as they're breaching, then there's not enough time for it to make an issue. And we still maintain enough element of surprise.
I'll bring Arthur. He wants to tell him his girlfriend got kidnapped.
Arthur has other things to worry about right now. Like making sure they repair our ship correctly.
Yeah. I just feel like an asshole for this whole thing.
You get used to it.
I was trying to get over this feeling. Okay.
If it all goes to shit, we'll just blame it on Clint.
Yep, that's fair. All right, so let's go.
Okay,
All right,
so does
I got the
everyone
marksman
go?
rifle collapsed on my back. Got my pistol ready to go.
And that destination is to the same area where you met the kamikaze crew, but not close enough to actually be involved in the conflict?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so you guys go to the same area where you saw, like, a lot of the homeless people, a lot of gangers, that kind of stuff like that. You pass through that area. People sleep, high, drugged out, everywhere all around you. People passed out in the middle of the walkways. A lot of people passed out in the middle of walkways are bleeding openly from people just walking through the walkways and stepping on their faces. And it just looks like this probably every night. And a lot of people probably are just like heads slouched up against the edge of like the openings and the passageways from where they just took those things you lay on the tongue and they just pass out. And actually, well, drugs commonly took into two forms. They either lay on your tongue or they just like they're drops that go in your eye most commonly nowadays at this point. And so they're pretty much passed out everywhere. Or they're just like homeless people, right? Just sleeping in compartments or like that. And but you kind of make your way through that area, and then you get to the near the processing facilities where the gang is, and you can start hearing the gunfire before you ever get near it because it's a space station, right, or a spaceship. Because the halls and stuff like that just carry the noise. You hear the pop pop of the gunfire and the occasional laser blast. And it just echoes for like hundreds of meters, and then as you get closer, you can feel the walls like rumble from the gunfire, and so you know you're getting close by this point because it's just deafening your ears.
Do we see anything as far as like blades coming this way or anybody trying to intervene like as we're making our way there, or does everybody just not give a shit?
No, but you see people that are obviously like non-combatant like locals like running away from the scene. So there might be like the occasional time. In fact, This is what we'll do, actually. So yeah, so you guys have people running past you and that kind of stuff, but none of them make it difficult for you to make it through the traffic. And but you guys can continue on in your journey. But no, there's definitely no blades. You get the sense that they probably don't do like protection traditionally, unless it seems to be like harm to the ship.
Okay.
But and you doubt that many of the cameras actually operate in these lower levels.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay, so you at this point you imagine that to get closer would probably be to make stealth rolls.
So the
No.
location when we were there last time, like, how is it set up compared to like the main thoroughway? Like, is there just a door that heads in from like the main hallway, or is there an area that we can kind of do like reconnaissance from a distance a little bit, like to be able to see into it?
It's just a lot of tunnels. It's a lot of tunnels, a lot of twisting turns, and that kind of stuff. And at this point, you know you're about to get close to a larger tunnel where you're gonna get to a filtration system area, which is a large open tunnel, and there's these large vats which are filtering out toxic sludge. And you know you're about to pass into that chamber there, and you believe the shooting is taking place in that room. But you are passing through the tunnels or the passageways where it's just kind of like meandering and kind of chaotic right now at this point. But you know that you're going to get into this large, long passageway, and you believe that's where the shooting is taking place.
Okay. So there is some sort of line of sight.
Yes.
Okay.
The stealth in this case is probably more being heard rather than seen.
Okay. Well, I want to know seen because I have a marksman rifle, and depending on how the line of sight is, I'll either pull that out if I know
You
that
want
there's
to try
room
to
for it.
You want to try to come out in a way that you kind of you want to try to take the avenues in a way that you have the advantage when you come out. Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Or you
So
have
if I
got it.
basically like from us being there before, if I know that I can use the marksman rifle, I definitely want to. If not, then I'm going to use the pistol.
So you want to try to take the tunnels from the south side, like from the far side, and kind of come out in a way that gives you advantage. Got it.
Yes.
Okay, cool. It's a good thing to point out. Okay. And I'm trying to think of a good skill. I wouldn't make a smarts roll to see if you can remember how to navigate these tunnels well enough to do something like that.
Ten on stealth,
Yeah.
7 on smarts.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so if that's the case, as we get into the alley and start kind of getting ready to confront them, I'm gonna pull the marksman rifle off my back and start. I don't even know if it folds or if it just collapses. It says collapsible, but basically extending it out and getting it ready for use.
Yeah, collapsible just means like it folds. It gets collapsed into a more compact manner. It can be either one if you want it to be. So. All right.
This is a bad time, but I'm gonna look over at Clint like, you have a weapon, right?
Is there anyone else?
Yes. I
Is
got a
anyone
rifle.
else also being stealthy?
It would be unskilled, so is it even worth rolling?
Yes.
I mean, if you if you do not, they can.
Try it. I'm not very stealthy.
Yeah, it just tells that they'll hear you at some point. It depends on when. So, wow. Okay. So, okay. So you guys start approaching, and you guys come out of the meandering tunnels and you've come to this. This tunnel goes down a further ways, but a long ways. But Aston, it's broken up into sections, right? It's broken up into sections where the doors are like mark off sections where it's locked down for hazardous control reasons, and you can hear the sound of the gunfight beyond the small door in front of you. The door is currently closed at the moment, and there's a keypad beside it, but the keypad is long ago stopped working. So it looks like it's a manual override. You just pull the latch and the door swings open. You guys can hear gunfighting on the other side.
So is it still like a lot of it, or does it sound like it's starting to slacken off at all?
It's periodic levels from time to time.
All right, so it's up to you guys when you're ready to go. And I think, well, there's still Draco Tech for the gangers to shoot at's probably better.
I'm gonna use this adventure card, which allows me to grab any edge regardless of requirement for the rest of the session.
Very cool.
I'm gonna grab the master edge, which is gonna bump up my shooting by 2 die. So with it being a 12 already, it's gonna be a 12 plus 2.
It's an edge. You're getting which edge? Sorry?
The master edge.
The master edge.
Yep, which is a legendary edge.
Regardless of requirements. Nice. Yep. Okay, very cool. Nice. Awesome. It does say regardless of requirements. Very cool.
Yeah. So I guess once everybody give everybody a look, once everybody's ready, as quietly as possible, try to open the door, and see if I can get any sort of line of sight from anybody there and see what's going on.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so you open the door and you see on the other side, you see a fight going on further down the tunnel with with 6 gangers. Sorry. 8 gangers and the 4 Dracotech guys. And they're the Dracotech guys seem to be kind of pinned down and trying to take cover as best they can. And the gangers are a bit more aggressive than them, but they're all kind of trying to take cover as best they can. And I'm actually just trying to get the whole thing ready right now. But
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of what you see. So
Is Sato one of the people that we see?
negative.
Okay.
Do we see any of the full Satanese?
You
And,
see
mostly I'm wondering if it's any of the original crew or if it's just the replacement mooks.
you see 2 of them.
And do we see Jules?
You do not see Jules.
Okay.
And I'm just putting out some tokens, and then we'll be Good to go. I'm almost done. I apologize for everybody.
No worries. While you're doing that, maybe Cliff can fill me in because this will be with the first combat, or the combat track and all that. What does doing the Joker give you again?
Joker gives you +2 to all your rolls, +2 to damage, and if one of the players gets it, it gives all the players a Benny.
Okay.
And it makes you can go at any turn that you want during combat. So you can either go first or any other place in combat that you want to go.
Okay. Okay. People had money for grenades.
Now, those of you who wanted to be further away, I can put you off the map, like beyond that door. Just say that you're beyond that door and off the map. Like, say you want to use a marksman rifle, you could do that. Also, you can see that there are gangers that are further back. I want to put some more further back, actually. Because I wanted to say that some of them weren't jumping into the fight yet.
So, I mean, upon seeing this, I'm just going to report back, like, I don't see Sato and I don't see Jules.
Now, so yeah, what's what we see? Yeah, this is a pretty cool map. That's from 0 Hour, everyone. 0 Hour makes some wonderful sci-fi maps. We will do... Yeah, so, I mean, we're not technically in combat yet, but I'm just kind of putting them in orders everybody's supposed to be in. So we dealt cards. And... So you just you opened the door just a little bit and passed on to everyone else what you saw. Yeah. Aston. So...
And
I just put the Dracotech guys as enemies, but I don't know if they are. So just if they aren't, then I can change them to neutral. Right now they'll probably just be neutral, I guess. I don't know.
As far as combat rules go, I will hold my turn based on what the other two factions are doing. And my intention is going to be before the end of this round, I will probably take a shot at one of the gangers. All
right.
And if I don't take a shot at the gangers, then I'll just skip my turn.
Cool. Okay. All right. So that tough Dracotech guy, like he's actually trying to I'm gonna actually have him say that he's actually wounded. I was actually gonna have one of them be incapacitated and like wounded, already out of the fight, because he's already taken a wound. I just wanted him out there so I could do the whole. What if it'll do it right? Wound, give him a wound like that. Yeah, the Dracotech number 2. He is going to take a shot at Ganger number 2 right there across the way and try to blast him with his automatic pistol. So we'll see how that goes. Actually, it's an automatic pistol. Actually, I'm going to do that the right way. I should do. Nice. Very cool. So he fires his automatic pistol at the ganger, and you see this right as you enter in and open the door, Aston. He just, and one of the gangers just falls up against and actually tumbles off that small platform raise and just falls up against the tankers there. So and hits the ground. And this guy's entangled in a brawl with the other one. And just takes a swing at him with his stun baton. And just slings wildly. And it just grazes over the top of the ganger's, like, slick gelled mohawk. This one, like, stands up over that control console and, like, fires a standard pistol. I gave these guys standard pistols. The hell? Where's his weapon?
Fucking drunk.
Alright. Yeah, like you didn't bring it. No, it totally wasn't the GM. Forgot to put it on there. That is a hit with the standard pistol. But rolls 2 natural ones, unfortunately. It just grazing shot from the standard pistol. So unfortunately it has no effect on the guy. And we gotta take Arthur out of the combat tracker. Clint Burl. Okay, so when your card comes up, so the way the actions work in Savage Worlds is you can take up to 3 actions in a turn. Okay. So, and for each action, if you just take 1 action, you take no penalties to your actions. For each extra action you take a -2. You can even attack 3 times if you want to. You can do any kind of action. Like you can just say, I want to pull a lever. I can do all kinds of things. Some things don't even constitute an action, right? Depending on how minor it is. Moving isn't really an action. You can move up to your pace on your turn. It's on your sheet. If it says 6, that's in inches on the board. On the grid. And you should have a combat section, combat tab on your character sheet. Like you have a combat rifle. When you want to make like an attack with a combat rifle, you'll roll the dice on the left, which is your shooting skill.
Okay.
And you can either control left click on a token on the map to target it, or you can just pick up that dice and like roll it directly on the token to target them. Either one. But yeah, and then roll damage after you roll attack if you hit, and that's pretty much it's similar to how D&D works pretty much. So
before he rolls, do we get any of the surprise bonuses for us doing this?
that's a good point. Remind me again, what are the surprise bonuses?
Man, that's what I'm looking up right now.
It's been a while since I've been in a situation where surprise was the factor.
Surprise does not happen in Savage World very often.
Yeah.
Not in my experience, at least.
There we go, surprise. An ambush, suddenly recalls a trick. When this happens, ambushes are automatically on hold. Yes, this wouldn't apply because they're already shooting each other. Deal them in it as usual anyway, in case one of the victims of the attack may make a notice roll.
Okay, that would just give us a round of combat without them. Okay, never mind then.
Yeah.
What about what about drop? Does it cover the drop rules?
Well, technically, the drop has to be someone completely unaware of anything happening. So, like, if you made a stealth roll, like, they'd have to be completely uncombat aware, and so they really have to be, like, really specific circumstances. Like, really, it's like essentially like a sneak attack for a rogue, kind of like. So, like, it's very, very. Does that make sense? Like, it's very restricting. So,
Right.
like maybe with a sniper rifle and you were hidden, and they weren't already in combat, maybe. But like since they're already in combat, they're already aware of people shooting at them, so they're already taking defensive action. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah. Keep that in mind though for the future, because you can mow some effers down with sniper rifles.
Yeah, with a +4.
Well, no, it's +4 on attack and +4 damage. It's basically like getting 2 raises.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Okay, so Clint, what do you do?
All right, I'm going to be moving into the room. I'm not sure which door I'm coming out of, though.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot to put your token down. Okay, you guys are coming in from the south. Let me put your tokens down at the bottom. And I'll just kind of put you guys in down here. Since you're coming in straight to the door, just assume you're coming in like right at the token I put you in it. That's your first step.
Okay. Oh. Pace is 6, so I'm going to move up a bit. I think that's 6. Sorry, the grids, as I'm moving it, and the grids on the map seem like they're a little different.
Are you moving your token or someone else's?
I think mine. Yeah,
I'm not even
mine.
seeing you move, am I?
I don't see any movement either.
I'm still dragging if that matters.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what it is. There you go. You can always control click, left and right click to make a marker. So,
Okay.
I'm not wanting to do it now, but yeah. Yeah, do this. There you go. That would be 6.
Okay. So right there.
There.
Okay. And then I'd like to do one more action.
That's not an
Move
action.
up here.
So you can.
Oh.
Okay, so that's running. Okay, so running is not an action, but running gives a -2 like an action. So running, what you do is you click that little square brown box beside your character, beside your pace. Click that for me and press that. Just click that little black box.
Okay. I clicked it. There it goes.
Okay, so you can get a total of 3 extra squares.
Okay.
That'd put him right back where he was.
Yeah, it would, but so you're basically taking cover there, right?
Pretty much, yes.
Okay, so that's like a platform thing. So you can kind of like shoot over that platform there.
Okay.
So.
Okay. And then you said every time you take multiple actions, it adds in an additional.
Yeah, if you take more
2.
than one action, you take penalties. Yeah.
Okay. So if I were to shoot at this point, it would be.
You would get a -2 for the running penalty, but that would be it.
Okay. That being the case, I am going to pop off and start helping these guys out.
Very cool. Very cool. And I want to teach you something about your character sheet. Your weapon has what's called 3-round burst. Do you want to use that right now?
Okay.
If it wouldn't matter as much on your attack roll because you rolled so well, but you can actually increase your damage a lot of times with 3-round burst.
Okay.
Now, I mean, you're probably gonna kill this guy anyways, but there's a chance that a damage roll can roll low. 3-round burst gives you a bonus to attack and damage. Essentially, it's you putting 3 well-controlled shots in their body or in their.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's because your weapon's a combat rifle, right? So just put like a +1 in that modifier area down there at the bottom where that 0 is. You see that 0?
Okay.
Just click it and type a 1.
Okay.
And then roll your damage on whoever you're shooting at.
And so the damage is the one that says AP2 and has the 2 dice on it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Very cool. Very cool. And I'm actually curious about something.
Did the raises from the shooting do anything else extra?
It gives you an extra damage die,
Okay.
which it already rolled for you.
Okay.
So if you look at the description to the left of the die, it shows you your combat rifle, and then it says raise damage D6.
Okay.
So you did your normal damage, you got an additional
Oh, he was
D6,
already-
and then you got the +1 from the 3-round burst.
Okay.
So even though you got 2 2s, you still did really well.
Oh, I was wondering how you killed him with a 10, but you got him because of, you know what? The +1 from the +1 from the
3-round burst.
3-round burst. Thank you, I couldn't talk. Actually killed him. If it wasn't for that, you wouldn't have killed him because with the
Okay.
AP2, you would have gotten a 9, and that wouldn't have been enough. You would have just shaken him. So you actually were smart to do that. So congratulations. You had just shaken him. So when I apply this, he is now gone. So normally, like with a wild card, I might allow them to see bleeding out, whatever, if they get back up. But no, they're gangers. I take them off the
Okay.
map. Boom. So your 3-round burst, well-controlled 3-round burst to combat rifle, and just just you see the blood explode out the back through his body, and he tumbles to the ground. So, and I don't know why why did I put Saito Murray on there? He's not in combat.
Right after that happens, Clint yells out, "Spencer, sorry, he's a pussy."
Seeing Clint open fire, I'll take my turn.
Cool. So you're gonna come off a hold, take your action.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up slightly. Actually, I'm not. I'm gonna stay planted because if I move, I can take penalties. I'm gonna do multi-action 2 shots, and essentially the one that's engaged in melee combat with the Draco Tech that's trying to use his stupid fucking stun baton instead of a gun. I'm gonna help him out.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I'm gonna take a shot at this guy here.
Yeah. He unfortunately wrapped up in melee. He'd have to shoot in a parry. So yeah.
So that's a hit with a raise.
Nice.
Let's go ahead and clip him with that.
Well, I moved that map around so much. Sorry. Everybody watching?
And, well, shit, I don't have anybody else in sight, do I?
Further down the range? You do. That Ganger won. I'm going to say he has cover to you, though. But you're a badass shot. Unless he has cover -2.
Alright, well, let's see what I can do with a -4 penalty then. I'll have more than that, too, because I think it was probably further range than it should be. Still a hit. I'll take it. And then,
Get you
then I'll take
mopping
my
things
movement
up.
action.
See, when they're extras and you guys are veterans characters, you guys can mop them up pretty good.
And I'll come to there to take a little bit of cover.
We see Aston pull out his marksman rifle, which he just put back together, and take 2 well placed shots and kill shots to the body, and bullets clean through and one of them like flies into the tank, the sludge tank, and like you see sludge just start spilling out onto the open platform floor. And the second one like grazes the control panel, but still hits the ganger in the gut, and he just collapses to the ground, probably hit a nerve, and just his whole body goes limp as he goes down. So, and that's what we see. So now it is. Let me take those guys off the.
I love the blood spatter that Savage World does.
Yeah. Okay. So now we head back to the gangers, right? Yep. This guy is going to open fire. Let me move the screen back up for the viewers. This guy is going to open up fire on Dracotech number 3. And, I mean, these guys are not super well equipped, but he is going to use a standard pistol and try to see what kind of damage he can do. You guys have the advantage right now because they're probably focused on the people closer to them, right at this time. More obvious threat, or they think this is a more obvious threat. I'm going to spend a beanie on that one. That is a hit.
Yes.
Wow. Unharmed. Unharmed. So the bullet hits, but it grazes the Dracotech guy on his shoulder. And the third ganger. What does he do? They are going to start... They're going to start moving up. Try to help their friend. Friends, most of what they're going to do right now. Yep. 3, 4, and 5 are all going to move up. Sorry, 3 and 5. 4's dead. I'm trying to remember how you run. I think you got to do it from their sheets. Can you do it from the comment tracker? Run from the comment tracker?
I'm pretty sure it's one of those icons let you do it.
Yeah. Oh well. I always just manually do it, but... Oh, I can just do that. Yeah, duh. I think it's about 8. And this one is going to... Yeah, he's going to fire a shot at that guy down the way. Hopefully it goes well. Nope. And misses cleanly. And this one is going to... He's going to actually try to go running die, see how far he goes. Yeah, he's going to try not to expose himself. He's going around, actually, and climb up over this ladder. So he's going to try not to expose himself to the... in game terms, doesn't mean anything, but in like the world lore, that's world logic, he's trying not to expose himself, right? So... And he's going to hunker down right here. And pop a shot at Dracotech 3. I do believe that Dracotech 3 is now dead.
No, not Chad.
No, not Chad. Lol. Pussy guy. So, What just happened? Oh, he just got shaken. He didn't even go down. Wow.
Oh, it's the
I
the
didn't
alcohol. So
actually
when you're
go back
drunk,
down. I didn't mean to
you're,
actually go up to him. I meant to just check his sheet out. I had one more turn actually with the Ganger 6. Okay, and the Ganger 6 was going to. He's gonna try to flee and report back the situation to his boss. And we'll see how far that is. That is 7 inches. That's what we needed. So he gets there, and then he pulls the lever on the door to pull the door open. But he can't make it through yet. So the door is open. And now it is Spencer's turn. Spencer, what do you do?
I'm just going to move up right now. I think that's pretty
I
much
just
all
now
I
looked at the chat. It's funny.
can do. I'm trying to figure out how far I can move here.
Yeah, no, it's hard to, because there's already like marks on the map, and then I had to put like a grid over it. Yeah, it's kind of a nightmare.
Looking at the squares and everything. Yeah. I'm just going to run forward. Can I pretty much make it to Clint? Right there.
We'll hit the run button to see how much you can run.
Uh,
Yeah, you can make it there.
okay. Right there.
Oh, let me change my GM. I used one. What are you gonna do? You got any actions you want to do?
Uh, just going to hold for right now. I want to see how this turns out.
This is the end of the turn. You lose your turn action if you don't do anything.
I don't think from where I'm at right now I can actually. I have line of sight. Anybody?
Okay. All right.
I'm just looking. Yeah, I don't have line of sight. So.
Well,
skip it.
you got first initiative on this turn. You want to hold?
Jesus.
You just hold. Let's hold you.
Yeah.
Since you're
you know what?
uncertain.
That's a good idea.
All right, the Dracotech guys, I mean, they're probably just going to all open fire on this one guy. So I'm just going to make 2 on these 2 guys. So I'm just going to keep it simple, and I'm going to roll 2 rolls. So just keeping it sweet. So I'm just going to pick up 2 D8s. And that is, wow, 2 hits. And then the other 2... Oh, shit, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out which one will... Actually, this guy's... It never took his token off, even though I gave him penalties. I gave him a wound manually. But this guy is actually gone. So I'll just do this. He's gone. Alright, because that was the one I wanted to say, like, he got killed before you guys arrived. I mean, I manually applied him wound, and I wanted to see if they actually made the token bloodied, but it didn't do it. So, so these 2 will hit Ganger 2, and then Dracotech 4 is like peeking around this console up here, and he's going to fire at this Ganger up here, Ganger 5. And we'll see how it goes. Horribly misses, hitting the sludge tank. Actually, the GM is going to spend a GM Benny, because I think this will be fun. GM spends a GM Benny, hits the sludge tank with a pistol at just the right spot, causes the sludge tank to explode, and just sludge explodes everywhere. And and all the Dracotech guards, like, they all start slipping and falling as all this sludge, this toxic sludge, starts just kind of like rolling and like filling the whole area full of just sludge everywhere, and they just can't stand on it all. Like, it's just everywhere. It looks like something like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, basically. So, and they just start slipping and falling. So they're all going to gain the prone condition. First, I'll deal out the damage for the first two to the, and then they're gonna gain the prone condition. Okay, that one's dead. That ganger's dead. Okay, now, and then the other gangers are all gonna get these. The Dracotech toughs are all gonna gain the prone condition. And from the explosion, I may even give them shaken, just to be fun. Yep, I'm gonna do that. Clint Burl. There's sludge, muck, and everything. And I'm gonna draw it on the map. No, that's not big enough. Not big enough. I'm not gonna have it.
Okay.
Right here.
So
this area right here.
Glenn's gonna yell out, and I'm gonna use my inspire ability or edge, which is I'm gonna say, "Good shooting. Shoot more like Aston." So basically, I make a. It's called Inspires the Edge. So I make a battle skill roll. It says once per turn. And I apply it to all extras in command range. However, since I am a natural leader, I also apply it to wild cards. So they will. Let's see. It says it's a battle skill to support. So. So with this one, to just roll a straight battle skill.
Yep. If you get a 4, we get a +1. If you get an 8, we get a +2.
What about that one?
That is a +2. Nice.
So that's my first action. My second action is going to be shooting at Ganger 6. Because in case the so in order to use the 3-round burst, I just add a manual +1 to the attack roll.
Yeah. Make sure you click the thing where it says 1 action to 2 actions.
I can do it. You can do it that way, or I can just give it to you. Either one. So.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, so click 1 action to 2 actions, then give yourself the +1, because you're going to get the -2 for doing the second action on your turn.
Okay, I see. And then try to keep him from running off. And I'm actually going to use a Benny on that. Well, never mind then.
It's a pretty you get a range penalty, plus you're getting the multi-action penalty. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, I imagine bullets just splatter into the door next to him.
Yeah, probably something like that. So yeah, you're firing, but your bullets are just so inaccurate at that range. They're probably splashing the wall or the door around him. So.
All right, now that'll be my turn.
Now the gangers, seeing all that sludge kind of thrown out on the floor and something like that around him, I'm thinking that Ganger 3, seeing what's happening, seeing the mess that's going on, all his friends getting murdered by these guys, seeing their now new reinforcements, he's going to turn tail and run. Yeah, and he got an 11 on his running. So that's what he's going to do. So he is going to see if he can make it up there to his friend. Yep. Let's see if that works. Oh, so close. Actually, I'll do it like that. That way. Makes more sense anyways.
So is Ganger 5 shaken too from the sludge?
Oh, is he in it? Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Let's say he's in it and we'll give him prone condition too. That's right. It's going to make it hard for you to shoot him. And Ganger 6. Where is Ganger 6? Oh, yeah, I need to see if Ganger 5 comes out of prone. Comes out of shaken. Remains shaken.
So he can't do shit.
Ganger 6. Ganger 6 makes it out the door. And I'm going to say that the hall continues straight. Just to another section like this one.
Is this the area where we met them in before?
This was the hall you passed through to go
Okay.
meet them. And Aston Courtney, what do you do?
Well, the guy that took off running.
The one closest or the one that already made it
No,
down the hall?
Ganger 3. Yeah, the one that hasn't made it yet. The one that's almost at the door.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh. Gotta love to see that, right? Short range and that far away.
We're going to make sure he doesn't run through the door.
And that'll include the support too.
Yep, that was with the +2 for the support. I just took a single shot that time to make sure it was.
Make sure it all worked out.
Yep. And seems I can't shoot the other dude.
You can see it. You can shoot him.
Oh, no, I mean, that's a bad shot if he's prone and they're. No.
Oh, you're talking about the one in the room. Yeah, that's a bad shot. Yeah.
But you're saying he still has a line on Ganger 6 as he's running
Yes, he
down
does.
the other hall?
Nah, I didn't call multi-shot before I did it, so I'll just keep it that way.
Oh, Spencer, what do you do? Shaun, what do you do?
Got that +2 to shooting. Shoot some motherfuckers.
Yeah, Clint Burl's helping you out with motivation on shooting.
Be like Aston. Be better than you. Be better than me.
Right there.
If you get in that red circle, though.
By what? Get the red circle.
The red circle is full of toxic green sludge. Well, it's only... I say toxic, but it's like,
Don't drink it.
Yeah, just don't drink it, right? It's just not...
I'm gonna try to shoot that ganger.
He's got some big cover from you because he's got the cover from the thing, like that console, and plus, remember, you guys are on like a platform above them. So...
Okay.
He's down lower level. You could run across. You could use your movement and like run across the other side, like to maybe like. I'm trying to move the map. Sorry. You can run across to like here somehow. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Run across this thing right here.
Do you have the movement to do that?
Let me see.
Yeah, you have the movement to do that.
Kitty quarter counts as 1 square, right? Diagonal?
I don't do penalties for diagonal.
Then you could make it there from where you were initially on your 6. Running just left and then up. So you don't have to use a run die. You don't take the penalty.
Okay, yeah.
That'd be 6 exactly right where you're at if you do 2
Yeah.
to the left and then diagonal up 4.
Yeah.
Okay. then shoot.
And that
With a
wouldn't
plus
get you. Okay, so where would that put you at?
Right where he's at.
Okay, got it. Okay. All right. So take your shot at him. You'll still take the penalties for him being prone and stuff like that, but go ahead.
But you get a +2 because of his inspiration.
Yep.
Is that automatically factored?
It'll automatically.
No, you gotta put.
Oh no, you have to add the +2 from him, but the prone and stuff will automatically apply.
Okay.
If Shane wants to be super fancy, he could build a button for Brandon to use where he could click on everybody and add that +2, but that's a pain in the dick to do all the
No,
time.
it's not hard. It's not hard.
We got to do one for +1 and for +2.
Pretty easy. Bracket, shooting, +2, +1, bracket, shooting, +2, bracket. Unfortunately, though, you
Looks like I
missed.
missed.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you would have missed because the prone.
Oh,
Even with the
Yeah.
+2, he would have missed. Even if he'd have corrected the +2, I think.
Oh, I put the +2 in there. It looks like the running gave me.
Yeah, even the running though, with the running gone, it still would have missed.
yeah. You need
Because the
an
prone
8 to
modifier. Yeah, the prone bit you. Yep.
Yeah. What's +4? Jesus.
Yep. Yippers.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why it's hard to shoot prone people. Okay, so you run up and yeah, he's a smaller target because he's prone, right? And so you shoot at the ground, the concrete, and you just hit concrete, or sorry, it wouldn't be concrete. It'd be like metal right on the spaceship, and you're just catching metal and slinging metal up in the air. The Dracotech guys are no longer stunned. One of them shaking. He gets up, no longer prone, and that is Dracotech 2. And he's only got him with 1 square to get out of the sludge, so I'm just gonna say he gets out of the sludge, and he is, man, he doesn't know if he sees a way out of there where he can get over and get to the guy. So he's just going to leave over this wall there because he doesn't have enough move since he hadn't used move to get out of prone. And so he's just going to hunker down there and just maybe put a new clip or something in his new magazine, in his new pistol. All right?
We skipped Spencer's turn for this round, though.
Oh, that's right. I just saw that and I thought, oh, he just acted. Spencer, you go ahead. Maybe you kill these guys.
We can hope. Okay. You still have the +2.
No.
That prone keeps biting you in the ass, man.
Why are you still running?
I'm not.
Unclick the run button.
Oh. Okay, well, I just did it again.
Yeah, I don't think that's how running works. It just applies
No,
to
like
your
the
turn.
button at the bottom left next to like one action.
Yeah, you
Make
do
sure you
unclick
don't
it,
have-
and you click it. I think it applies to your whole turn once it's clicked.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Okay, I think I fixed it.
You still would have missed, though. You rolled like a 2.
Even with a,
You still roll a 2.
you
You'd have
still would have
missed.
missed. Yeah. Like,
Okay,
He just ran in there
so
and shoved the knife in his trach.
all right, so the Dracotech 3 guy, he is just gonna get up from Corone, and he just kind of like he's gonna start trying to make his way over there, right? And which means he's gonna have to make an agility roll. So he gets about halfway there and then slips and falls in the sludge. Not shaking again, thankfully. But just slips and falls in the sludge.
On comms, I'm like, these are the fucking security they have.
Alright, and no longer shaken. Gets up. This guy also tries to get down there. makes an agility roll to try to make his way down there.
There we go.
All right, it's down there, and he just gets on top of him and just starts. He's just gonna use a. Yeah, he's gonna get on top of him, and like picks the ganger up off the ground. And so he's going to remove the ganger's prone condition and, like, just puts an automatic pistol to his body. Wow, look at that hit.
Ooh. And that's what
Look at that
happens when the
hit.
die explode.
Yeah. So it puts the automatic pistol to his body and just blows right through the right through the clavicle with the first shot. And it's a nasty shot. And then he just takes the pistol again when you see just blood come out of his throat. And he takes the pistol again and just puts it right down into his like heart and just pulls the trigger a second time. Just to follow up the 3-round burst he did. And then he falls to the ground, but then afterwards, just to top it off, the drunk security guy just slips and falls in the sludge. So, just fitting. So. All right, now, I think that is pretty much it for the gangers and the toughs. Now it is Clint Burl's action.
Well, how far down would you say the ganger number 6 is? Like he's
probably we'll say an average of like 9 inches from the door. So let's just kind of say. Apparently, I can't. Really, the door won't move with my. The map won't move with my fucking marker I'm trying to do.
29 inches from me for the moment, so I put it
29
at
inches
38.
from to the door. So
yes,
that is. Well, then add 9 more to that, so 38.
Okay. So I'm actually going to squeeze off 2 different attacks on him.
Okay.
Let's do that. Yeah, they both fall within the same range increment.
Oh, I accidentally closed the dang map out. What the hell?
Alright. I shoot twice more and I just keep missing. I will let that be my turn.
Keep shooting and not finding anything. All right.
No. I was going to be John McClane, but they killed the ganger, so.
Okay. Stole your thunder, huh?
Yeah, no, I was going to do a run, a little baseball slide through the sludge, shoot him as I was going.
The only thing about having, what do you call it? One thing about having gangers there, you know.
The Chad stole my
Sorry,
thunder.
not gangers. Draco Tech security there. All right. Aston, what do you do? I just skipped the ganger because he's just running.
I'm going to move to here. I am going to drop prone, and I am going to take the aim action. And I'm going to aim at the doorway. And if anybody else comes out on my next turn, we're going to have some fun.
You're turning backwards, and you're looking which way?
No. I ran up forward.
Okay.
And I'm aiming at the door that the ganger just ran out of to the north.
And you're hoping, like, if someone else pops their head, or because you can see the silhouette of the other guy running away.
Yeah, well, I'm going to see if
Okay.
he's trying to get reinforcements, if they're coming back in, or if they're going to hunker. If they're coming
Okay.
back in, then on my next turn, I'm going to let hell out. If not, then I'm just going to lay here for a minute and catch my breath.
Okay, got it.
But I'm taking the aim action specifically.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, pretty much the Dracotech guys are flopping around the sludge until they get their bearings, and then they crawl over to where Spencer is. Or stand up and then, like, slowly make their way over there, their drunk asses over there. And then they get over there to you, Spencer, and they look at you and look you up and down, and they stand up. And then, Aston, you've aimed. No one has come through the door.
All right, I'm going to yell out to the Dracotech guys. Use that spigot over there and clean the sludge off of the walkway.
They say, good idea. We'll shut off the valve. I'm assuming you meant valve, right? To shut off the sludge.
Well, I was thinking, like, there's probably an area, like, to clean up any kind of spillage or anything. You could just spray water on it, so that way it's not slick on the walkway. I don't care if it's still leaking or not,
Yeah.
but that works, too.
Yeah. Yeah. One of them says, I don't think water's getting all that sludge off, man. That sludge is too thick.
Like, give me my damn Benny back.
Are you spending a Benny? Yeah, water's not
Yeah,
gonna get
that's
it.
why I was
Water's not
declaring
gonna get
it.
Yeah.
I asked for a cart full of cat litter just to toss on there.
Yeah.
I mean, they have to have some kind of thing to clean up spillage in here.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Like a high pressure hose. Yeah.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like a high pressure hose. Sure. So you're wanting to basically, like, remove that hazard for, like, if y'all have to have another fight here, essentially.
I ain't getting my shoes dirty in no fucking sludge.
All right, cool. So one of them says, I think I see a high pressure hose over there. Hold on. And he goes over there and like fires up a high pressure hose. Clean up the sludge. What about Spencer? What does he do? Shaun, what about Spencer? Is he with us? He's getting tired. His camera broke.
No, I see his eyes moving.
Oh, he's back. He's there. He's tired. He's tired. He got up at like 2:30 this morning. Don't worry, Shaun. We're about to end. So, I'm glad he's made it this far.
Yeah.
So, what do you do?
You did cut
What
out
do
for
you
a
do?
second. That's probably why I didn't hear you.
Oh, I did? Okay. So, what does Spencer do?
Sorry, cut out
He
Spencer.
did it again.
Doing,
He did it again. What does Spencer do?
just helping any way you can.
Okay. Well, at this point, it looks like the bad guys are gone, but, I mean, like, Aston is really expecting, like, reinforcements to come down that hall. Because someone, like, one of them got away. One of them ran down the hall and got away. So, we're really expecting reinforcements to come, you know?
Okay. Well, I am going to take up a position. Let's see. Just hang out like right here behind these guys.
Okay.
So.
All right. So this one is over here, maybe, and he's like pulling out a hose, maybe. And then this one is over here beside you. And he's taking up a position. Okay. And what about Clint? Where is he maybe doing?
So Clint's effectively kind of going to take a position wherever the bodies are. But he's still keeping his hand on the weapon, kind of one eye towards the door, and he's patting the pockets of the gangers that he can reach. And he's going to get a clue and find out where the rest of the gang is holed up at.
Interesting. Trying to find a clue maybe in the pockets. Okay. All right. One of them has a comm link in his pocket. And the comm link is actually chiming with a message at the moment.
Now, I'll pick it up and listen to it. Read.
It's just a
Whichever
text code. It says. Hold them down as long as you can. No backup coming. No backup coming. Scare them off. And I'm trying to think what else it might say. If necessary, lead them back to our turf.
Okay. Yeah, and reading all that, he looks over and goes, Draco, once you get that mess cleaned up, take points. There's not more coming. We got to go after them. Keep them in sight.
All right. Okay, so I think that's probably a good time to call it a night here. We're already well past our 11 o'clock. We kind of know where, at least you guys have information about what tomorrow night's going to look like. And, but we don't know the fate of Jules Leibowitz. And you guys get to maybe tell Matt what you guys did. So,
Arthur, we need your help. Your girlfriend's been stolen.
yeah. So, Shane's like, no. All right. So I got to prepare maps and shit. So I got to prepare an actual game for this. So no, I got a map prepared. I had a feeling this would fucking happen. All right. All right. So we're gonna leave it here, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Yes, thank you, Robin, for being here. But we'll be back next week. Actually, I was supposed to have to work, but I was like, I've got like 200 hours of vacation. I need to fucking use it on stuff. I was like, well, might as well use some. So I'm off next Monday. So we'll be playing next Monday. Actually, we have new news. You can look down the Twitch channel, Twitch panels. I don't know. Everything's all moved around on Twitch down below. I know 200 hours. I've accumulated a lot over the years. I don't fucking ever use it. So that's a lot over the years. Okay. Anyways, if you look down the panels below, we have thank you for joining us, Angry Mob TV, and thank you for following, man. But if you look down the panels below, you'll see that we have a new game called Ghost of Thunder River. That's going to be a short-term campaign we're going to do. Well, I say it's more of a short adventure we're going to do. It's going to be running for like 3-4 weeks, probably 3 weeks. It's going to be a Conan 2D20 game. It's going to be on Friday nights. I'm pretty excited about that one. So please join us. I'm pretty excited to do that. Yeah. I mean, he wasn't sure, Quest. He wasn't sure. So I'm glad he's sure. I'd rather have one of those people here. So, but yeah, so Conan 2D20, we're really excited about that one. Also, of course, Clint Stars is always going to be here on Monday nights. Anyways, so yeah, check Twitch panels down below. You can find information about that. Also, we're always talking about it on the Discord, so join us over there. So, all right, so we're going to call it a night. Oh, Brandon also was going to do a giveaway over on the Discord also. So, if you join us over on the Discord, he's going to give you more information about it there. So anyone who is a follower or, well, if you just decide to join us tonight, head over to the Discord. Follow that link below and head over to the Discord. And he's got some Steam keys. Was it Steam keys that you're going to give away?
Yes.
So apparently he's got a lot of money and a lot of games that he doesn't play. He just buys shit, and I'm just playing. I don't know how, but he's just gonna give it away to everybody. So I guess it's a thanks for watching. So, but anyways, we're gonna sign off here, and hell, why don't we raid out to somebody? So we'll raid out to somebody if y'all can multitask. and talk on Discord and get Steam keys at the same time as watching Twitch. So we'll do that. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.
All right.